Night of the Moth is the last DLC for 2021, and Bethesda has just revealed details on the main upcoming features, with a few delays too. Meanwhile, major exploits were made public. It's news time. Hello everyone! Welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. I have breaking news to deliver today. Bethesda has just released some huge news about the 4th DLC for 76, coming later this year. For starters, it's no longer called Tales from the Stars, it's now Night of the Moth, as you will soon understand why. Sadly, some major features like camp pads and 4-star Legendaries got removed from the DLC and pushed right into 2022. They got replaced with quality of life improvements instead. At least the PTS should go live tonight with lots of new stuff to test and experience. In this video, I will also talk about several glitches made public in the past few days, among other things. Let's make haste and jump right into the details, shall we? The 4th DLC for Fallout 76 is coming this winter, but with a lot of changes than previously announced. In fact, this new calendar was updated and shared by players through social media for days now, but only today Bethesda came forward to officially talk about it. Why though, I cannot tell you. Anyway, let's start with the release date. We now have a more specific time frame. Bethesda confirmed the update will go live on the 2nd week of December. There's no fixed date yet though. If you are confused about all the different calendar versions there is already, no worries. Here are the side-by-side comparisons to make things clear, the old one and the newest version in contrast. As you surely noticed by now, even the name changed. December's DLC is no longer called Tales from the Sky, instead Bethesda is now calling it Night of the Moth, and that's because the main event attached to the old name is no longer coming. Yeah, aliens will only arrive in 2022 with the future DLC. I will get back there in point 3, by the way. For now, let's focus on the upcoming Mothman event and the major features coming with his DLC. The upcoming new event is called Mothman Equinox, and it's currently scheduled to go live on the same week the Night of the Mothman DLC goes live, so I would say both will come on the same exact day. But what is this event all about? Well, it's a seasonal event with a new and unique rewards pool. Let's start there. For the time being, Bethesda only shared a few details, but enough to have a pretty complete picture, I would say. The event will take place at Point Pleasant, the home of the Mothman in Appalachia, and it will feature a new Cult of the Mothman group called the Enlightened, who traveled from far away to reach their destination here in the Wasteland. Also known as the Wise Mothman's most devoted followers, this new sub-faction will perform a ritual every hour to summon the Wise Mothman during the peak of his power. To do this, they need players to help them out and complete a series of tasks, such as defending them from rival Cult of the Mothman already living in the Wasteland. As we all know, some of them can be really aggressive and vicious, so it explains. Anyway, Bethesda also revealed players will be able to enlighten themselves by exploring Point Pleasant during this event, and even discover the origins of this new group. If I had to guess, I would say they are adding new lore items, maybe some notes, maybe something else. And in my view, they should probably go into the Mothman Museum at the Sailor Shrine or Altar. That would be the perfect place, but who knows. Another important thing to know about this event is the fact that it includes another mini event, kinda like the Holiday Scorched or the Treasure Hunters. While the Mothman Equinox event is live, cultist high priests will spawn randomly across the wasteland. They come with high powers, they can supposedly bind the will of nearby enemies, so I guess they can mind control them just like the Flatwoods monsters can. Well, isn't that weird? I thought pure magic in the Fallout franchise was something exclusive to aliens, but now humans can also access such powers. Anyway, these high priests come with exclusive new rewards, so they will surely be worth farming for while you wait for the next event to respawn. Now let's move on to some major changes. Bethesda is also launching Season 7 called Zorbo's Revenge. For those wondering who the heck is that guy, well, he is the antagonist featured in the first season, the Legendary run. Yes, I had to look it up, by the way. So with that in mind, I'm assuming we will get some more sci-fi or fantasy-related items, since Season 1 was all about that. Remember the Captain Cosmos and Jungles, the Moon Monkey? Yeah, new season checked. Now let's move on to quality of life improvements. Bethesda is really focusing on that with Update 32, it seems like. For instance, public events will receive a small rework. They should spawn more often, as Bethesda is making the cooldowns between events more consistent. I hope that means no more empty maps. It's awful lately, my servers never have public events or any event at all, so let's hope that changes. Bethesda is also going to rebalance certain public events, which are either too long, too short, or too difficult to do, such as Radiation Rumble, Line in the Sand, Project Paradise, and Tea Time. Well, I can't say I fully agree with this one. Radiation Rumble should scale properly instead. I hope they won't make it super easy when the entire server often tags along. On the other hand, Project Paradise should be simplified. That would surely convince more players to do it. And yeah, tea time is way too easy. So proper scaling is probably the best thing to do instead of just, making it easier or making it more difficult. But who knows what are they planning to do here. Lastly, they are adding details about each public event rewards when you click on the map's icon at the description area. That's definitely a good decision. At least the rare plans should be listed there somewhere in the name of knowledge, so we don't have to check wiki all the time for everything. Now let's move on to team and combat improvements. Bethesda is sharing the experience from enemy kills when every teammate is in the proximity of the killed mob. Wow, I was very surprised to see this one because it's going to make leveling up way faster. And do we really need it to be even faster and quicker than what it already is? I don't know. But hold on, there's more. Legendary creatures will now drop loot to everyone in its proximity, even if you don't hit it. Goodbye legendary tag and waiting. That's a really convenient and fair change, to be honest. At least now high-level players don't have to worry about when hitting such legendary mobs, and new players can simply relax and be sure they will get something even if they don't do any damage to such mobs. Now, corpses are also receiving an update. They will glow yellow, so players can easily find corpses and pick up their loot without delays. This is surely another useful change, especially when bodies get camouflaged by grass, hidden in the water, or fly really far away. With this change, you can now spot them almost immediately. So, muy bueno. One of my favorite changes is definitely the area looting or nearby corpse looting. Bethesda is finally allowing players to loot all the nearby corpses at once. Thanks goodness, Radiation Rumble will no longer take 10 minutes to fully loot once it's completed. Another change to know is the ammo drop in the open world. Bethesda is expanding the used ammo rule from daily ops into the wasteland. As a result, players will have a small chance to find ammo for the weapon they are using from enemy kills and even containers. I think that means less ammo crafting in general. For camps, Bethesda is adding a new category called New, literally, where players can view and build items from recently learned plans or recent Atomic Shop purchases. This applies to the current play session only. It's the same exact rule used for the new tab in your inventory. Lastly, we have two Pip-Boy changes. Bethesda is allowing players to change their Pip-Boy colors through sliders in the game settings. I'm just wondering if this color change will also affect the Pip-Boy flashlight in-game, just like it happened in Fallout 4. There's even dozens of mods for this in Nexus mods, as I'm showing here. I hope it's not only an inventory color display change, but let's see. Talking about Pip-Boys, we are finally getting a key ring to get things more organized and store all our keys in one single item. This one was a highly requested change by the community, so it's glad to see it among the list. Well, we are surely getting a lot of exciting changes here, It's just a pity that the new content is not substantial. We are getting a new event and a new season, that's pretty much about it. Everything else is just small tweaks, improvements, changes, and it's not exactly new content, something you want to log in to play and experience, I would say. I bet you are wondering, what about the camp pets and the 4 stars Legendaries announced months ago, which was part of the old content roadmap? Well, they got delayed as to be expected, alongside with the highly anticipated Invaders from Beyond event, which was supposedly about aliens. I guess we will never know until 2022. I would say we have to wait another 4 to 6 months to find out what that legend and myth was all about. Anyway, Bethesda already said they need more time to develop and test these new features internally. That's the main reason behind this recent delay. Well, there's not much else I can say here. It's another harsh delay. It's disappointing, especially because we are in dire need for new events, but it is what it is. In my view, it was to be expected. I mean, the project lead, Jeff Gardiner, quit not too long ago, last month or so, and Bethesda has been awfully quiet lately in this past week, so I think most of us were expecting such delays to come. Even in the last version of the community calendar, the pets, for example, was not there, and that was already suspicious. It meant it was going to be delayed, right? I just didn't see the 4 stars coming. You know, in the end, it's probably better than a rushed release filled with bugs, which unlocks new exploits and ruins the experience for most of us. We surely don't want to have another case of Mischief Night, an event so broken that the devs decided to give up on it. Lastly, I just want to point out that I really don't understand the consecutive delay for pets. There is a system in the game files for over a year now. It looks pretty polished too. I even made a video on it a while ago. So unless they ditched it too and have been working on a brand new pet system, I really don't understand why they keep delaying it over and over. It's a true mystery, this one. With today's Inside the Vault article, Bethesda unveiled that the public test servers are reopening once again tonight, 1st of October. It's a pleasant surprise indeed, since players can now test part of the upcoming new content coming in December, including the Mothman Equinox event and lots of quality of life changes. The initial update is 34 GB on PC as shown, but there will be surely more patches added in the following weeks, as it usually happens with every PTS. Moreover, I'm sure data miners will also gather Season 7 stuff, new free rewards, and lots of new Atomic Shop items coming in December onwards. So yeah, October will definitely be a very eventful month for 76. Well then, if you are on PC, don't forget to update your PTS entry through Bethesda's client, because it's the only way to access it. Anyway, at the time I'm doing this video, the PTS is not live yet, but I'm sure it will be by the time you watch this. Next, I have some bad or good news for you, depending on how you usually play 76. The old Godmode glitch has returned. It is true, players can once again stack stuff and become invisible. As usual, I'm not going to show you how to do this exploit. The purpose here is to keep you informed and draw awareness towards the issue. Now, this exploit is the most effective with unwelding gear. Most new guides I spotted use the hacked unwelding power armor to stack attributes, but supposedly it works for normal armor too. Is it true though? I wouldn't know, I don't glitch myself, but the logic is the same, so it should work in theory. Anyway, this glitch is very old, it got patched last year or so, and the Wasteland was free of Godmode players for a very long time, until some days ago. It seems Bethesda did an oopsie once again with the latest hotfix. That's when players discover it around the same time, so I'm pretty sure it was with the last hotfix. I really don't know how development works in this game. I mean, how is it possible that so many previously fixed glitches keep re-emerging over and over and over again? It's pretty scary, and it's beyond me. Do you remember the old Tanagra Town exploit everyone and their mothers used and abused a while ago? That's how most players reached astronomical levels back in the days, like 10k, 20k, even 30k levels. I haven't seen such extreme levels in a really long time though. I wonder why. But with this glitch, that is about to change because you can now farm dozens of levels in literally seconds. Especially because you can now stack exploits. A Godmode stacks intelligence. You can also stack bubbleheads and magazine effects somehow. It's pretty insane. It's like exploit on exploit on exploit, and then incredibly crazy stuff happen. I actually read in a cheaters group that you can complete the entire scoreboard in some 5-10 minutes, just so you have an idea of the crazy level I'm talking about here. But the worst part of it all is... This is another returning glitch. It was fixed for a long time, just like Godmode, but it's here again, well and alive. I suspect it re-emerged with the latest hotfix as well, but as they really messed up something in here. I mean, not just one, but 2 old glitches that appeared again. I think they messed up really badly here with the vendor steal exploit fix, but that's just my humble opinion. Anyhow, let's hope they manage to fix these old new cheats soon enough. Alright, what about this weekend's community event? I checked the old and new community event calendars and there is a gap there. None of the calendars has an event for the first week of October, strangely enough, but you can see for yourself. Even the new Inside the Vault article mentions nothing about this, but surprise, surprise, there is an active double daily score event until next Monday, October 4. There's also a notice in the main menu right now about this one, so it seems like the community managers forgot or missed this event somehow. Well, if you are still below rank 100 like me, you might want to log in every day to complete your daily challenges and take advantage of this sweet event. It does really speed things up. As the last point, I selected a strange bug that happens to me every few weeks or so. It's not exactly new, but I don't think I ever talked about this, so here it goes. I call it the purple filter bug because it literally makes all nearby assets look purplish. However, most flora and the sky itself are not affected. They preserve their original colors, so at least something. But everything else though, buildings, vehicles, fences, player models, even the water, it just turns into this purple. It just becomes kind of purple. I also have no idea why it triggers, it feels random. In this case, I just fast traveled to the leader of the pack event and boom, everything became purple world. The great news is that you can easily bypass the bug by fast traveling again somewhere else, and normally that removes the purple effect and restores your graphics to their original visuals. There is no need to relog or restart the game here, just to let you know. To finish up, I have a clipping random bug to show you guys. At the Burrows, my character clips through platforms, legit half my body goes through it, but the funny part is that I can still move fine. The only downside here is that my camera flickers a little bit sometimes while running there, but other than that, it's pretty okay. I mean, besides looking weird. The flickering is what made me notice something was wrong to start with. It's not like I look at my feet while killing stuff. Anyway, that's everything for this video. There's a lot of exciting things coming for 76, but I still can't believe they delayed so many core features for the next DLC. Without the Aliens event, camp pads and the 4 stars expansion, it feels like no real DLC anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I feel this way. It became more like a small update. I'm sorry to say this, but changes like Pip-Boy colors, enemy highlights, or even key change are just not doing it for me. Sure, all these improvements are nice to have, but is it really what players want? Is it even what the game needs to thrive? Probably not. Well, Stay tuned for more news and overviews in the following days. It's going to be fun to test stuff once again. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and as usual, a huge thanks to all my dear supporters. You guys are the best. Alright then, time for me to go. I will see you all very, very soon in the next video. Until then, take care, adios, bye bye!